Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nerdy Figure Collector, and today I'll be reviewing the Neca TMNT Ultimate Foot Soldier, or Troubles Afoot. And it looks pretty good, honestly. You have actually a lot of cool stuff. Oh, there we go. That's the picture. There's the figure with all its accessories. Now let's talk about the box in more detail. Here we have is the Neca TMNT Troubles Afoot. It looks pretty good. Basically on the top it says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Troubles Afoot, which is pretty good. And then you have a yellow symboled foot soldier and a red symbol foot soldier. Looks pretty great. You have one jumping to this rooftop. You have a few staying in the rooftop. Looks pretty good. Down there, Nickelodeon. Down there, Neca. Open it up. You have Alpha 1 with 2 foot soldiers behind the Alpha 1. And then you have a lot of accessories with one, like fans. And then you have the yellow symboled foot head or the police hat. You have a crane on the communicator. Alpha 1 head and then blasters, katanas, ninja stars, and hands. Looks pretty good. And let's look at the side. Nickelodeon Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Troubles Afoot, Volume 3, out of I think the 18, including Slash. Looks pretty great. And then you have Alpha 1 standing in front of 3-ish, 4-ish footbots. Looks pretty good. And then you have a footbot holding a little blaster and a footbot back there holding a big blaster. Then you have a football holding the fan, and then here's a few footballs holding a katana, staff, and fists. Looks pretty great. Then you have an illustration of the football kicking the soda machine like it did in the first episode. Looks pretty good. Neca TMNT, or I guess Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then here is the stuff about the foot soldiers. Looks pretty good. On the side, Nickelodeon Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Troubles Afoot, Volume 3. Same thing on that side. On this one, Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, ages 14 and up, warning, choking hazards. Then here are the names of the people that worked on the box, and then here's the rest of it. And it looks pretty great. Now let's open it. So here we have is the Ultimate Foot Soldier outside the box. Looks pretty great. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the background. And the background looks pretty cool, honestly. It looks like an area of the Technodrome. That looks like it's exclusively made for Neca in the Technodrome. Looks pretty great. Yeah, there's just a bunch of detail in it. Lighting looks pretty cool. Honestly, whoever the photographer is, so this is pretty gnarly. Here we have this figure. It looks pretty great. The head looks up that much, down that much, swivels that much, that much. So it looks pretty cool. His shoulder, hold on, if I can get it. Okay. His shoulder goes up that much, and then he has a double jointed elbow. Looks pretty cool. Up and down wrist as well. Same thing here. Double jointed elbow. Shoulder goes up there and up and down wrist. Yeah. And then he has a waist swivel. Looks pretty cool. He could kick that high. Also, he has thigh swivels, which is pretty great. And then he has double jointed knees and a up and down ankle joint, and also a toe crunch, which is pretty cool. Same thing here. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, up and down ankles, and toe crunches, which is pretty cool. Yeah, be careful because this leg's been coming off a little recently. So yeah, here you have a self-shading on the back, a red foot insignia logo there, yellow eyes, and then looks pretty cool. All the black lines are indented so you could feel it, and it looks pretty cool. here you have his armor. That's pretty nice too, and then a bunch of texture and detail on it too as well. And then you got the belt, and then like the shoulder pads basically. So yeah, looks pretty cool. Bandages on the feet, and then yeah, there's just a bunch of cool stuff about it. And this is totally awesome. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, let's stand this up and talk about the accessories. Oh, also, his maybe I say calf, yeah, calves I think are also on a foot swivel, which is pretty cool too. So yeah. Okay. There's so many accessories with it. I don't know what. Now let's start with one of the swords. Here we have is the katana that is basically hold on. Sorry, something was going on in the background of it off camera. Okay. Anyways, here we have is a katana. Looks pretty great. It has a bunch of indents where you could like slice, stab, basically, yeah. It's sharp. It kind of stings it stings a little when you like do what I'm doing, but it doesn't hurt. You might cut yourself if you forcefully do it on purpose, but if you do it on accident, probably not. And then the cover, I'm just gonna say cover, it's pretty detailed. You got a swirl there and down, and a swirl coming up. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, here you have is a laser pistol, which is pretty cool. All the black lines are indented, so you can feel and the texture in it. Looks pretty good. You got a red circle to show where the laser's gonna come out of. Boom, you could shoot the turtles, or a hero could knock it out of the villain's hands and shoot them. So you have that. Then you have a fan. Hold on. Then you have a fan, which is honestly pretty cool. Pretty nice details, and it's like in a zigzag form, which is like pretty cool. So you could have your April O'Neil having that, like in the 2012 version. But anyways, yeah, there's a bunch of coloring on it to show the detail from it in the show. It's pretty cool. Black lines are not indented on this one, but also there's so much texture from the zigzag. So, and also from like where the fan encloses from too. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we have the same head. Oh, where did it go? The same head, but instead of a red for one that it's on, it's a yellow one. It looks pretty cool. Self-shading on the head in like an L form. And a bunch of black lines that are indented so you could feel them, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so because there is red in some episodes and yellow in others, Neca probably decided, oh, let's do both. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Excuse me. Here we have is a police hat that fits snugly on the figure. Looks pretty cool. So you can have your Foot Clan ninjas being cops, fake being cops. So yeah, got a yellow badge, cell shaded on the hat too, and then a black beak, I think is what it's called, probably not. But yeah, pretty cool. And it does fit snugly, not too tight, not too loose on the foot head. So yeah. Next we have a Krang communicator, which is pretty cool, and it looks like I think it's drawn on, like someone drew Krang and made it into a sticker. It doesn't look like a figure, which is pretty cool. It kind of looks like a figure, but it looks more drawn than 2D more than 3D, which is pretty cool. Oh, you got some buttons there, a black rectangle there, and a few gray pieces connecting to it. So yeah, pretty cool. Next, we have another head, but it's Alpha 1, which is pretty cool. With the yellow foot head too, and basically the robot thing basically mask coming out to show this one. Looks pretty cool. You got ray pipes, not pipes, but tubes coming out of it. Yellow eyes, and then kind of look like Darth Vader from the beak, kind of, and then self-shading on the bottom with indented black lines. Looks pretty cool. Next we have a plunger gun, basically, so you could put it on like a figure's head. And I don't know what this gun does. Does it shoot like beams or stun something? But anyways, yeah, pretty cool. A bunch of detail in it too, and black indented lines. So yeah, pretty cool. Honestly, nice. Yeah, pretty cool. Next we have a blue gun with yellow shooting out of it. Basically a bunch of detail. Looks pretty cool. Texture on the handle. Black lines indented, and then you got a pretty cool nozzle, and then you could, yeah, this, I tried it, and I believe it does fit well on the figure, so yeah, pretty cool. Next is another katana. It looks like the same one from, it came with Shredder, but anyways, it's like a nice classic katana sun one. You just got the tape, black lines indented, and a nice sword where you could fight your turtles. Pretty cool. Next you have 2 throwing stars. If I can find, there we go. 2 throwing stars. One can explode, which is the orange one, and one's the regular one. Oh. So yeah, this is a pretty cool figure, honestly. Or not a figure, an accessory for your figure. So you could have them throw it at the turtles or any other people that are bothering the Foot Clan. And next you have a spear where you could have him hold it, which I might have him do later in this video. But anyways, it's taller than him, and then you could, this is pretty cool. You could have your foot soldier stabbing someone. So yeah, pretty cool on details, and also the black lines are indented. So yeah. Next we have like Bebop's gun, but nicer, just pure white, no yellowness. So yeah, that's a pretty cool detail that shows of it. It has a bunch of details, dark gray, light gray, and red and white everywhere. Black lines indented. You can feel a lot of texture. Pretty cool. Next you have like something like a normal gun that comes with like other foot soldiers, but this time it's purple instead of light gray, which is another, basically a different thing. You got the magazine, a bunch of texture, rice, purple, light gray, dark gray, medium gray. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Black lines are indented. You got a red thing, so red circles, or basically lumps where the laser's supposed to come out. Looks pretty cool. Got a scope, so the football could shoot precisely where he wants to shoot at, like April O'Neil or the Turtles. So yeah, this is a pretty cool gun. Next, it comes with a blue mutagen canister. It does not open like other ones do, and it's self-shaded too. Looks pretty cool. You got a bunch of texture on the top, and then a bunch of textures on the side. Black lines are also indented, so you can feel that. Bottom, nothing, basically, which is probably good, so you want it to stand up good. Now, this thing came with a lot of hands, so let's talk about the first hand. Here we go. So it comes with basically got you hands, which is pretty cool. A bunch of texture on the hands too, like you have on your fingers, basically. Pretty cool on the detail on what they did. But yeah, and then you can see also the knuckles too and fingernails. This is pretty cool too. The wrist joint goes up and down too. So yeah, this is a detailed hands. These are pretty detailed hands. Next, we have, hold on, karate chop hands, so you could have them, any turtles, basically. You could see knuckles, knuckle joints, fingernails, everywhere, same thing. You can see it like it's on your finger. That's pretty cool. Neca did a good job having those figure hands detail. The wrist joints go up and down too, up and down. So pretty cool. It also comes with trigger hands since it came with a lot of guns. So yeah, trigger hands. It goes up and down, up and down. Same thing. It has knuckles kind of, and I do like how Neca kind of like got all the wrinkles in the palm of your hand too. That's pretty cool. Then we have basically tight grab hands where you could put the thing in it without falling off because it's pretty snug. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then there's also a bunch of accessories with it too, fingernails, and then a bunch of wrinkles in the palm. And just go up and down too. So yeah. And then here we have his normal grab hand. Oh, here you have his normal grab hands. It has basically knuckles all over. No detail on the palm. Hinges go up and down, up and down. And also the spear just kind of basically falls out. So that's why we have the tighter grabbing hands instead of, so yeah. These could hold the katanas and stuff. Like that. Or could hold a gun. Like that. Oh. Like that. So yeah, pretty cool. A lot of accessories. Now let's get this figure in some posing and then some scaling. What I have is the foot soldier, basically ready to fight the turtles. Basically, he's like in that ready stance with his arms ready to like karate chop, and he's ready to slash at people. So I mean, it's really cool. And the detail in it's really fun to pose around with it. It's, yeah. And also on Amazon, it's like $34. I got this, though, for $64. But then after that, then I got two more after I saw it was $34. I don't know why, but why it's 34. I'm glad it's 34, but I got this when it was 64, but I got two more for 34. And that's about me yapping. This is a fun figure, and let's get him in a few more poses. Here I have is the Footbot fighting with two katanas, fighting Leonardo with his two katanas. Looks pretty good. I did steal one of these katanas from the other foot soldier, so they would be matching. So yeah, this is pretty cool, honestly. But yeah, this is such a great figure to have with their turtles fighting, or Shredder, or just anything as a background character, I guess. But anyways, fun character. Now let's pose him in like maybe three more poses. Sorry for that pause. I was thinking about something. I have is a foot soldier. You basically the aftermath of him falling down like a building and like pulling a pose. I have him like in a Spider-Man pose where I'm using the toe crunch of him, and it's fun to pose around, honestly. Such a great figure to have, honestly. This is like a fun pose to have, and I have him basically ready to leap, kind of like leap at the turtles or something like that. But yeah, pretty cool figure. Now let's pose him in maybe one more pose. Here I have is the Footbot basically saluting and holding the spear in front of Shredder while Shredder's giving him commands or with his arm programming him. It looks pretty cool, honestly. Fun figure to have with Shredder, Bebop, Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang. Oh, everything's falling, man. Okay, hold on. Okay. Yeah. So this is a pretty cool thing to have, honestly. So now let's get him into scaling. Here I have is the Footbot standing next to Leonardo and Shredder. Looks pretty good. It looks like Leonardo is maybe 2 inches shorter than the foot bod. It looks like the foot bod is maybe a centimeter. Or they might just be the same size, actually. It looks like they're the same size, actually, then for Shredder and the foot bod. Looks pretty cool. Accuracy, because turtles are short, and Shredder's tall, and so is the foot bod. So, yeah, accuracy is pretty good. Now let's compare them with a few more figures. And here I have is a footbot standing next to a damaged footbot that went with April and Neil 2-pack, and then him with the Krang android body. And it looks pretty great. Obviously Krang is pretty tall, like maybe 3.5 to 4 inches, and obviously these two, maybe this one's a little bit taller, and then that one, like maybe half an inch taller. The damaged one's half an inch taller than the normal one. And then Krang is, yeah, obviously way taller because the eyes need to be like facing Krang. So, pretty accurate. Now let's get him into one more scale, and that will be it. And here we have is the footbot standing next to Bebop and Rocksteady. It looks pretty great. It looks like Bebop is maybe an inch or two taller than the footbot. It looks like the footbot is maybe an inch, half an inch shorter than Rocksteady. Looks pretty great. And obviously these two should be taller than them since they're bigger in the show. So yeah, I love how NECA scales them with each other. That's great. And that is it. Please like and subscribe. It would really help the channel out. And make sure you comment down all your thoughts down below, because I like getting your feedback. I like reading them, and I like commenting on your comments. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.